Welcome to Ras Al Khaimah, the UAE's northernmost emirate and a bustling industrial port city. A natural creek divides the city, separating the historic old town from the modern area of Al Nakil. Along the Al Qawasim Corniche, you'll find a surprising expanse of lush mangroves. The city is also home to luxurious resorts and the historic Ras Al Khaimah Fort Museum. This is Ras Al Khaimah. Ras Al Khaimah has been the site of continuous human habitation for 7,000 years, with archaeological finds dating back to the Neolithic. The northern area of the city today, known as Ras Al Khaimah, was previously the location of the important Islamic-era settlement and port of Julfar. Although Julfar and Ras Al Khaimah are often placed together, they are in fact two different settlements with distinctive histories. Julfar was abandoned in the early 17th century as Ras Al Khaimah rose. Julfar itself had a predecessor settlement, Kush, today located in suburbs to the north of the city. One of Ras Al Khaimah's most celebrated sons, Ibn Majid, was a hugely influential seaman, navigator and cartographer, and there is evidence in his writing that the town he came from was at that time known as Ras Al Khaimah, that town having eclipsed Julfar as the principal port and settlement of the Shimal coast. In the early 18th century, the Qawasim, singular Al-Qasimi, established themselves in Ras Al Khaimah and Sharjah on the Arabian Peninsula, growing to become a significant maritime force with holdings on both the Persian and Arabian coasts that frequently came into conflict with British-flagged shipping. In the aftermath of a series of attacks against shipping sailing under Omani flags and following 1809 monsoon season, the British mounted the Persian Gulf campaign of 1809 against Ras Al Khaimah, in which the Al-Qasimi fleet was largely destroyed. The British operation continued to linger on the Persian coast, which was, like the Greater and Lesser Tunbis Islands, administered by the Al-Qasimi. By the morning of 14th of November, the military expedition was over, and the British forces returned to their ships, having suffered light casualties of 5 killed and 34 wounded. Arab losses are unknown, but were probably significant, while the damage done to the Al-Qasimi fleets was severe. A significant portion of their vessels had been destroyed. Following the 1809 campaign, an 1815 arrangement was made between the British and the Al-Qasimi. However, by 1819, it was clear the arrangement had broken down, and so in November of that year, the British embarked on a second expedition against the Al-Qasimi at Ras Al Khaimah, led by Major General William Keir Grant. The force gathered off the coast of Ras Al Khaimah on 25 and 26 November. And on 2nd and 3rd December, troops were landed south of the town and set up batteries of guns and mortars. And on 5 December, the town was bombarded from both land and sea for a period of 4 days, until on 9th of December, the fortress and town of Ras Al Khaimah was stormed and found to be practically deserted. On the fall of Ras Al Khaimah, 3 cruisers were sent to blockade Rams to the north, and this, too, was found to be deserted, and its inhabitants retired to the impregnable hilltop fort of Daya. The British landed a force at Rams on 18th of December, which fought its way inland through date plantations to Daya Fort on the 19th. There, 398 men and another 400 women and children held out without sanitation, water, or effective cover from the sun for 3 days under heavy fire from mortars and 12-pound cannon. The 2 24-pound cannon from HMS Liverpool, which had been used to bombard Ras Al Khaimah from the landward side, were once again pressed into use and dragged across the plain from Rams, a journey of some 4 miles. Each of the guns weighed over 2 tons. After enduring 2 hours of sustained fire from the big guns, which breached the fort's walls, the last of the Al-Qasimi surrendered at 10:30 on the morning of 22nd December. In January 1820, the British imposed the General Maritime Treaty of 1820, signed by Sheikh Sultan bin Saqr al-Qasimi of Sharjah, who was reinstated by the British in Ras Al Khaimah after the deposition of Hassan bin Rahma al-Qasimi. The treaty stipulated the end of piracy and slavery and laid the foundation for the British protectorate over the Trucial States that lasted until December 1st, 1971. A British protectorate from this point forward, as one of the Trucial States in 1869, Ras Al Khaimah became fully independent from neighboring Sharjah. From September 1900 to 7th July 1921, it was reincorporated into Sharjah. The last governor became its next independent ruler. The last of the Trucial States to join the newly independent United Arab Emirates. On 10th of February 1972, Ras Al Khaimah, under the leadership of Sheikh Sakr bin Mohammed al-Qasimi, joined the United Arab Emirates following the Iranian seizure of Abu Musa and the Greater and Lesser Tumbs.